The New York tabloids covered his death with all the respect and nuance with which they'd covered his life, which is to say, none. "Tony Soprano dead," read the front-page headline of the New York Post, with an interior head of "Last Act for Tony Soprano," while the New York Daily News went with a simpler "Tony's dead" on the cover and "Mob stars shock end. Top soprano felled by heart attack on Italy trip" on page 2. It was one last indignity from the papers that had treated him so balefully, especially in those early years of the show, the Beatlemania years, when The Sopranos was the new sensation, when every Sunday night airing was an event, and when his every move, every night out, every fan interaction, every business deal, and then the divorce, dear God, the divorce, had been chronicled, analyzed, and sensationalized by those second-rate rags. And now here they were, sticking it to him again. He hadn't been Tony Soprano for 6 years. 6 years almost to the day. The 10th day of June 2007, the cut to black heard round the world. But that's what they were still calling him, alongside cover photos of him and his Tony duds, his clean-shaven face a menacing scowl. Yet that wasn't who he was. Not then, and certainly not now. "You can't go on saying we lost Tony Soprano," his co-star and friend Vinnie Pastore pointed out not long after. "We didn't lose Tony Soprano. We lost James Gandolfini." But over the course of 86 hours of television, spread across 9 years, people felt like they knew Tony Soprano, the anxiety-prone mob boss and family man at the center of HBO's The Sopranos, a series that one can say without hesitation changed American popular culture. This deeply complicated, frequently monstrous, yet oddly sympathetic anti-hero was one of the great characters in television history, and as most of the show's viewers had no previous recognition or understanding of James Gandolfini, the actor and the character fused into one. For a time, that was how he liked it. When the show took off, he decided that press overexposure of James Gandolfini would make the audience less likely to believe him as Tony Soprano. He wanted them to focus on the character, not the actor. But after a time, it became clear that he just didn't like sitting for interviews and profiles. "I'm not trying to be difficult," he said in a rare one, but the Newark Star-Ledger's Matt Zoller cites, "It's not that I'm afraid to reveal personal stuff. It's just that I really, genuinely don't see why people would find that sort of thing so interesting." So if James Gandolfini wasn't Tony Soprano, then who was he?